Hey YouTube and the internet to everyone I'm talking to. I haven't been online in a while, I know. Um, Actually it's because I moved and recording for my new home. Really love it here. It's been a long time since I've actually lived in this town. I really like this town. Also, I've been working on my game a lot. And so I figured I wanted to do a web show where I talked about gaming, different games, some of my favorites, some I didn't like too much, um, and how they affect my game, like how the game I'm making, going in the folder here, is actually being affected by the influences I've had outside of my personal experience, Like, while I'm sitting here, play a game, I might check it out, really love the mechanics, and it influenced me. I'm not saying I'm copying off mechanics, but so I figured today, since it's my first one, and since they're coming out with the new one, I figured I'd show you my absolute favorite game of all time. And that game is Red Dragon Inn. Now, see, I got Edition 3, which each of the editions have a party of like 4 heroes. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons or that kind of thing, role playing. Um, the game's based on a dungeon party. What they do after they get to the end, after they're all done and have done, you know, save the day or defeat the dragon or whatnot, they go down, slam down a few in the end, and have a good time, gamble, drink, and make merry. And so what these come with, and 3 comes with special rules for each of theirs, but for the most part, what these come with are 4 decks of 40 cards each player. And then if you get 3, you also get mini decks that come with it. Like, for instance, here, see if I can get you to see one. This is Whizgill here. I'm trying to show you her mechanic. Where her cards, if you can see that, are got gears on some of them. What that means is if you pull gear, you go and you take this second deck here, gear deck, flip it over, and activate its ability. Now, that's not the only one like that. Like, for instance, every turn here, Kaylin the fairy, see if I find a picture of Kaylin. Kaylin the fairy. There you go, so you can see. Um, has her pet wolf, Wolfric. And he has a different mood every turn that affects the game. Or, you know, Serena the Orc Paladin. Love that concept of an Orc Paladin, who the Paladin saved her because she was just too cute of a baby. Um, Comes with piety, and her cards get more or less powerful depending on how pious she is, and depending on what type of cards you play. And then, of course, you have Frank the Brewmaster, Troll Alchemist. I'll show you that. And he got different potions that he could take or use or sell to other players. So see that. Sorry, my connection isn't the best right now. But you take these characters and take one of these boards here per character. You have 2 tokens, a white one and a red one. The white one goes on 20, and the red one goes on 0. Your deck, it's reverse what I'm used to. Discard, and then this thing called Drink Me, which Drink Me is your alcohol. This is why I love the game. This whole concept of drinking the alcohol to propel your party forward. Now, the goal of the game is every player starts with so many gold. Now, here's the gold coins if you want to see. They're these nice, kind of thick cardboard tokens. I like throwing them across the room. I actually use them like, they were gold coins or whatnot. And then the components, as I've shown you all the components for the most part, are the black and the white tokens, black and clear tokens. But your goal is to be the last person with money still conscious. Once your fortitude and your alcohol levels are red and your clear token meet, you pass out, your party loots your body, takes half the gold and pays the other half to the inn for your room. So I got my puppy down here. You run out of gold, you have to go sleep with the horses. Now, I love this game. I absolutely love this game. Everything about it. You have anything that pick up Lizgo because she's actually my favorite. Are the characters I have. I'm not good at her. I'm actually really good at Fairy. So, you have these cards called Gambling I'm In. Starts a round of gambling where people have to put a bet down. Round goes round and play gambling or cheating cards to affect it. You have different abilities which make you lose gold, like this one. You have to tip the wench, or makes players lose fortitude. Reactions, all that. Basically, do this by you get one action per turn. Anytime cards can be played at any time you think you played an action, and sometimes cards can be played whenever they say. And you do this until there's only one player left. Yeah, it's player elimination, which isn't always good, especially if you've got some sore people in the group. But it's fun player elimination. Let's talk about games influencing. Well, what this is. And this is going to be my big theme for the first week or so, well, not week, first few videos, is I am a huge fan of flavor. Especially light flavor, like light-hearted, funny. And you play this game, you read the cards aloud, and it sounds like something this character would say. Like for instance, one card, the fortitude card I showed, was basically her smashing common sense into her teammate with a hammer. And it's just all this fun stuff. You flip over the gear card. Oh, it's not supposed to shoot sparks, or oh, it works perfectly, better than ever. And I'm a genius, And you read the cards and all this stuff, and it's like you capture the flavor. I love that. I love the funness. It's probably a little more serious. I mean, I've played D&D for longer than I'd like to admit, longer than I really would. And some of those dungeons, I mean, I've gone through a lot of dark, a lot of scary dungeons, And so it still has that little overtone of the dungeons and whatnot. And I can't wait for the new expansion. It's a pirate theme. But in the end, it's this light-hearted flavor, and I think that's where I'm really focusing on for my influence from that is the flavor. Not that my game, not that any of the Eidolon games are going to be lighthearted. Well, maybe the Invention game, if I ever actually put that out, or if it just becomes part of the city, it's going to be lighthearted. But um, the flavor has to be captured in everything you do. The artwork, show the expressions on the people. Mechanics, like in Red Dragon Inn, you really feel like your character's drinking. You buy a drink for people every turn, building up a tab, and players have to flip over that drink, and they get drunk, and they get goofy, and stuff goes on. And flavor has to be a must in the game, and that's one of my biggest experiences with that. I actually first played that at a convention a while ago now. I had just learned about that, Dominion, and Flux all on the same day. I played all three of those games through the night, through the next night, and I loved it. Youmacon. It's at Youmacon. It had to be 3 or 4 years ago, at least. And it became one of my favorite games. I got 3 because I liked the characters spread a little more. The first one had like a priest and a sorceress, I think it was, a mage, a priestess, I should say, a mage and a warrior. I don't know, the sorceress was 2. A priest, a warrior, a mage, and I can't remember who the third character was for the life of me. Or fourth character was for the life of me. But in just the feel, you get the feel that these people have party together. They have dungeon together. And that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it vivid. And I can ramble on and on about, but it's one of my favorite games. I'd suggest to anyone. It's Red Dragon Inn by Slugfest. And it really showed me flavor. Well, I'm going to leave that here. I rambled on and on enough about the game. I'll probably try to upload 1 or 2 more videos today just to kind of catch up, But I will talk to you all later. Bye.